Brooklyn Beckham's recent brutal rejection of Meghan Markle's invitation to appear on her second season of the cooking show has added another layer of intrigue to the already convoluted drama surrounding the Sussexes. The failed collaboration highlights a deeper issue at the heart of Meghan's entrepreneurial ventures, an issue that has, until now, gone largely unaddressed: the sustainability of her brand. At first glance, Meghan's business concept, a quaint collection of artisan jams, gourmet cookies, edible flowers, and locally sourced honey, seems charming and even commendable. The idea conjures images of rustic farmhouses and quaint village markets, a lifestyle that evokes nostalgia and simplicity. In the hyper-commercialized world we inhabit today, this kind of branding is clever, appealing to those who crave authenticity in an age of mass production. It's a carefully curated lifestyle, bottled and labeled for the Instagram generation. However, upon closer inspection, the foundation of this venture appears far less robust than it initially seems. The novelty appeal of these products, something whimsical to try once, photograph, and perhaps gift, soon fades. These types of items rarely hold lasting appeal for customers. It's easy to imagine a jar of jam or a pack of shortbread as the perfect Instagrammable gift for a special occasion. But it's harder to envision customers returning month after month for the same products. The novelty wears off quickly. In essence, Meghan's brand is one that thrives on the initial buzz but lacks the depth required for long-term success. Much like a seasonal pop-up shop, the public's interest is fleeting. The kind of sustained engagement necessary to drive repeated sales just isn't there. It's this lack of substance, this inability to build a loyal, repeat customer base, that poses a threat to the longevity of Meghan's business. And, in many ways, her venture mirrors a broader cultural phenomenon where privilege meets performance. To understand the fragility of such enterprises, one need look no further than Brooklyn Beckham's widely ridiculed televised cooking segment. His attempt to make a simple grilled cheese sandwich, complete with overly staged production and an apparent lack of culinary expertise, became the subject of intense public scorn. The reaction was swift and unforgiving, laying bare a harsh truth. Audiences today, more discerning and cynical than ever, have little patience for mediocrity dressed up as creativity. Brooklyn's performance served as a metaphor for what happens when access replaces talent. His widely criticized cooking segment wasn't a result of merit but rather his last name. Legacy, not skill, opened doors for him in the culinary world. His efforts came across as clumsy and ill-informed, reinforcing the idea that he was relying on his family name to push through the barriers, rather than his own achievements. It's hard not to draw parallels between Brooklyn's situation and Meghan's own business journey. Both Meghan and Brooklyn have ventured into the world of lifestyle branding and entrepreneurial projects, but with limited experience and mixed results. Both are products of immense privilege, yet they seem unaware of how their circumstances color the public's perception of their endeavors. Brooklyn's television appearance, much like Meghan's brand, represents the intersection of access and performance, where fame opens doors, but talent and authenticity are often left by the wayside. The dinner Meghan and Harry hosted for Brooklyn Beckham and his wife, Nicola Peltz, revealed a deeper dynamic between the couples. On the surface, the dinner seemed like a casual meeting of young, affluent public figures united by shared experiences of inherited fame and complicated family relationships. However, it became clear that beneath the surface, the event was more than just a social gathering. It was a space where shared grievances were aired, and where Brooklyn and Harry, both estranged from their fathers, bonded over their common experiences of paternal disappointment and the weight of expectations that come with being the children of global superstars. This moment of camaraderie, while genuine, reflects a deeper pattern. Both Brooklyn and Harry are navigating the complexities of being born into wealth and status while simultaneously rejecting the very systems that afforded them their privileges. Their public personas portray them as victims of their circumstances. Brooklyn, always in the shadow of his famous parents, and Harry, once a prince, now casting himself as an exile, at odds with the institution that shaped his life. Both men struggle to carve out meaningful identities beyond the roles they were born into, and both are caught in a paradox. They seek liberation, but they remain tethered to the very structures they criticize. Their wives, Nicola and Meghan, are equally invested in crafting and maintaining public images. Nicola, the daughter of billionaire Nelson Peltz, has never wanted for opportunity, while Meghan, though perhaps more self-made, also benefited from a well-connected background that helped her secure early acting roles. Both women are ambitious, image-conscious, and adept at using their public platforms to shape perceptions of themselves. Yet, the reality of their lives is far removed from the narrative of struggle and triumph they often present to the world. Together, these couples form a modern aristocracy, a class defined not by noble lineage but by wealth, privilege, and visibility. They speak of rebellion and independence, but their every move is scrutinized not for its substance but for how it aligns with the brands they've created. Theirs is a world of calculated authenticity, where rebellion looks more like rebranding. The dinner party in question, then, felt like a gathering of discontented heirs trying to navigate the treacherous terrain of public opinion while balancing personal ambition with familial baggage. The irony is palpable. Here are individuals who live in multimillion-dollar homes, enjoy global recognition, and have access to platforms most people can only dream of, yet they consistently portray themselves as misunderstood or marginalized. Brooklyn, in particular, seems adrift. His ventures, ranging from photography to cookbooks to vague roles as a creative director, suggest a search for relevance and identity. His projects often feel half-formed and are typically met with ridicule and amusement. There's a sense that Brooklyn is trying on various roles like outfits, hoping one will finally fit. This mirrors Harry's own post-royal journey. Since stepping back from his royal duties, Harry has attempted to craft a new identity through a memoir, a podcast, a Netflix series, and countless interviews. But like Brooklyn, Harry has struggled to gain lasting traction. Public sentiment surrounding both Harry and Meghan has soured. What once began as sympathy for a couple facing intense media scrutiny has now turned into public fatigue. The constant complaints, the ongoing royal family feud, and the monetization of personal trauma have contributed to a sharp decline in their popularity. Meghan's lifestyle products and media ventures, while initially promising, have failed to capture the public imagination in a meaningful way, and their star power seems to be waning. The latest rejection from Brooklyn Beckham only further underscores the fragility of Meghan's brand. The public seems increasingly weary of a carefully curated narrative and the relentless pursuit of attention. What was once a compelling story of a princess-turned-entrepreneur now feels like a cautionary tale about the cost of fame when it's untethered from purpose. Meghan and Harry have carved out a world rooted in visibility, performance, and selective vulnerability, but it offers little room for genuine growth or redemption. The question remains, can they rediscover their purpose beyond the pursuit of attention, or have they become prisoners of their own